All right, this is going to be Real Talk episode 32. And I'm going to talk a little bit about myself in this video and the world we live in and why I am the way I am and the way I feel and why I say I'm too real for this world and things like that. I have two more videos coming up after this to end the new year. Last year I did a stream to end the new year, which was pretty fun and pretty cool. I had some people show up. We had a good time. I'm not going to do that this year. I'm just not in the same frame of mind as I was last year. Although, oddly enough, I actually feel better this year. Last year I was really feeling down, but this year I feel a lot better, and I'm looking forward to 2024 because I feel like it's going to be a great year. So, the next video I'm going to make is going to be a warning for 2024. So it's going to be kind of a negative video, but it's something that I have to do, and I have to talk about certain things that people may fall for or certain traps that are being set, right? Things that I see going on. And then the video after that's just going to be a year in review, kind of happy new year video where I talk about my regrets or things that went well and things like that. So I'll save that for those two videos. But in this video, what I'm going to talk about is something that I've come to realize, especially this year. I've always felt this way, but this year really cemented it for me. And it's part of the reason why I've been saying this a lot in the last few videos. It's part of the reason why it's hard for me to make videos anymore. On my original channel, I really didn't care who I offended or the subjects I talked about. I was pretty raw, said whatever I wanted to say, and you know, I really liked my original channel because I was more like my real self than on this channel. On this channel, I haven't been as, I don't want to say authentic, but as hard as I was on my first channel. I'm not as gruff. I don't know what the right word is. Let's just say I'm a lot nicer on this channel, and I hold back a lot more. So let's put it that way. And the reason why is because YouTube is very censorious, as you all know, I'm sure. But not just because of that. That's just one reason, right? But also because I noticed that after basically making content for what? It's almost 3 years now? Going on 3 years? I started to realize that a lot of people don't really want to hear the real truth, right? A lot of people don't really want to hear what I have to say. That's the truth. People will listen, but they don't want to hear it. It's like, oh, I heard you say this thing, and I agree with it, but I'm not going to do anything about it or nothing's going to happen, right? And there's no action being taken. There's nothing coming from it. So I've even contemplated changing the channel name because I feel like maybe I should be more of an entertainer at this point, because I can be funny. I can be an entertainer, right? I can do things that don't require me to be so serious all the time. If you guys knew me in real life, I'm not always so serious. I actually joke around a lot. But on this channel, because of the things I cover and talk about, I'm more serious because it's not a joke, right? Like there are real things going on in this world, and I see the evil for what it is, and I'm trying to fix that. But you know, to me, that's not something to really joke around about. Sometimes I'll laugh at the irony of things when I'm making a video because I realize how stupid certain things are, but it's just, it is what it is, right? I'm like, this is so dumb, I just can't help but to laugh at it. Anyways, so this year, I talked to a lot of people. I met new people, and I talked to some old people in terms of people that I've known. And the only thing I came away with in terms of interactions is that for the most part, you know, there are people that understand me and will listen, but I feel like the things I say, as I said earlier, they're too real and too raw. And I find myself, I made a video when I first made this channel. It's the Deadpool video where I said I'm always breaking the fourth wall, or I feel like I'm always breaking the fourth wall, because it seems like everybody's content on living in this world, living in this world, the way that it's set up, right? With all its traps and systems and convolution and control and everything that's going on, everyone seems content with it, and everyone just gets in where they fit in, right? So I feel like, well, what do I have to do the same thing? Am I supposed to like get in where I fit in, just be like everybody else and just take a side to Republicans, Democrats, and just cheer for that side and then people will listen to me because I'm on somebody's side? Is that the only way to get information out? Is that the only way to get people to understand and listen? Because I have to be part of a cult, right? Like everyone else is. I have to be part of a religion. I have to be part of something. Because if I'm not in that group, the people that are in that group, they follow that ideology, religion, belief, whatever, politics. And if you don't align with that, they don't want to listen to what you have to say. So I'm like, well, fuck. I guess that's what I have to do, right? But if I do that, then guess what happens to me? I become not the real truth anymore because I'm no longer going to be me saying what I really think and feel about certain things. And I'm just going to be trying to get in where I fit in, right? Just, oh, well, this side seems to align more with what I believe or my values. So let me just go with these people. Even though I don't agree with everything they're saying and doing, let me just go along with these people so that way I can feel like I'm part of a group or crowd, and then maybe more people will listen, right? And that's the sad reality of the world that we live in. If you're not part of a group or a cult, to me, they're all cults. Politics, religions, whatever. It's all cults to me. Like countries, it's all cults. They're all cults. Why do I say that? Because everyone that believes in these things blindly believes in these things to be the truth, to be the reality, to be something real and legitimate that they have to support regardless of anything. And you can't tell if people believe in these things, whether it's country, politics, or religion, you can't tell them that they're wrong. You can't show them where they're wrong or what they're doing wrong or a better way, right? Like, hey, maybe you should consider this. Maybe you should have thought of this. People don't want to hear that. They're just like, are you with us or not? You're not? Okay, I don't want to hear what you have to say. You are? Okay, maybe I'll listen to you. That's how it works. And I'm like, fuck. Like, I see this shit all the time. And then I get people coming here trying to tell me how their cult works and for me to listen to them and join their cult. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be part of your little group. I don't care what group you belong to. I don't care how righteous or just your group is. I'm not part of anyone's group. But again, that's why I said earlier, I'm like, I feel like that's what I have to do to not just grow the channel, but to get more people to listen and then to get more things done, right? But the only problem I have with that is that this channel will no longer be the real truth. It's going to be getting where I fit in or the real lie or whatever. I'm no longer going to be authentic or myself. And I'm already struggling to, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm already struggling with withholding information or holding things back because I'm worried about being censored by YouTube and whatever, right? Like I don't want to be removed. So I'm like, well, fuck, I can only say certain things because if I say certain other things that I really want to say, I'm not going to be allowed to be on the platform. And that's where it becomes a problem, right? So again, that's why, and I apologize to you guys who watch me and who are subbed and expect me to make regular content. I've been wanting to do that. I've been wanting to like make videos every day and stream every day and things like that. But every time I think about it, I'm like, well, first of all, YouTube has all these rules and it's going to be hard for me to talk about everything I want to talk about. And then on top of that, are people going to listen? Right? Or do people just want me to fit into their little groups? And, I'm going to say something about Kim Gogan too and her group. I've had a lot of good people from her channel come here and talk to me. And those are the best people I've met on the internet. However, I've also had a lot of not a lot, but a few rotten apples from that group tried to get me to be part of the group or to think like them. And I'm like, look, it's cool. You can support Kim and be how you want. And that's all gravy. I support Kim too. But I'm not part of your group. Don't try to. And if I don't speak in the way they want, they get upset. And I'm like, I'm not some light worker, some perfect angel that I'm just going to be nice all the time. And I'm going to do things the way you think I should do them just because you follow Kim Gogan. Like, you got the wrong fucking person. I'm nobody's sheep, right? I lead myself and I do what I feel is the right thing. And that's the way it works for me. Like, if you guys want to follow somebody, go ahead and follow whoever you want. I don't care. That's your choice. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to follow Kim. You don't have to follow anybody. Follow whoever you want. But I'm not going to follow anybody. That's all I'm telling you guys, right? But anyways, I bring that up because that's just an example of a group, right? And I consider that to be a good group. I don't consider that to be a bad group. But still, even in a good group, there are people that blindly follow people and they don't want to hear anything else other than the group think, right? If you're not exactly aligned with that group, it's an issue. And that it's not just about Kim though. It's like that's how all groups are. Like I said, religions are like that, politics, whatever. It's all the same to me. Like that's the way I see it. I'm not saying Kim is like everybody else or her group is like every other group. But to me, if you're in a group, that's your choice to do that. You can do whatever you want, but don't expect me to be part of it. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to be on my own. But anyways, that's what I mean by I feel I'm too real for this world, right? And when I see this mentality that every human has, like I swear to you, I could maybe on both my hands I can count how many humans are not like that. But damn near everyone I know is like that, or everyone I've ever come across. Because I've heard people say, well, there are some people that aren't like that. I'm like, well, I don't want to talk about imaginary people I've never seen or never met, right? I'm talking about who I've ever known. That's all I can go off of. Anyone that I've ever known or ever seen, whether it's on the internet, real life, it doesn't matter. And I've met and seen thousands and thousands of people, right? They're all the same to me. Like they all are part of some group, part of some cult, part of something that they have to follow someone, right? And the people that watch me, I like to think you guys are the exception. And you don't have to follow me, although I would prefer that, obviously. But I would think you guys are the ones that think for yourselves. You may listen to me and you might be like, okay, I heard something he said and it sounds right. But I'm not expecting you to be like a loyal follower of mine or worship whatever I say, right? It's just, hey, this is what it is. Take it or leave it. You do what you want with it. I'm not forming any groups or anything like that. This channel is about as far as any of that is going to go in terms of groups and all of that, right? I tried to make a Telegram one time and it was cool and everything, but I just felt too much pressure to maintain it and I didn't like it. And I didn't want to do that, right? Like I didn't want to have a little space where maybe I'll do that again if people really want that. But I don't want it like a little, I want people to share information. That's what I want. I don't want people to form like some kind of cult or group like, oh, we're all going to just follow what this person says all the time. I don't want that. I really don't want people to just listen to everything I say and take it as the gospel. Even if I think I'm right, I want people to just think for themselves and consider the things that I say and think for yourself and say, is this right or not? And compare it to other information, right? And either prove me right or prove me wrong. But do it on your own. Because I'll be the first one to admit I don't know everything. And I make mistakes and I get things wrong. But that's the difference, right? Like I'm willing to admit that and recognize where I fuck up. Where most people don't do that. Most people say, well, this person said it and that's the truth. And it doesn't matter what you say. There's no argument. This is what it is. And I'm like, okay, well, if that's how you want to live your life, go ahead. I don't do that. But anyways, I think I've said enough. I think you guys get the point. So I have 2 more videos coming up. One is going to be, like I said, the warning for 2024 because this year is going to be crazy. And I mean crazy. I'm going to have a good year. But I don't know if a lot of people are going to have a good year. And I'll explain that in that video. But it's going to be a crazy year. That's all I can say. And then I'll make my final video, which is just going to be like a Happy New Year kind of video and talk about 2023 and all of that and how I felt. And I'll talk about 2024 and my plans going forward. But anyways, if you like, comment, subscribe, share where you can. Hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.